notice you just entertain some sexual fantasy, some sexual lustful thought stream. It comes, and you're like, okay, I want to play in that for a minute. Why not? Yeah, okay, let me see what happens. I'm thinking about the girl, and yeah, she's like seducing me. Ooh, and then her friends come, and then they want some too, and yeah, whatever your fantasy is. You notice the gripping power when you enter into that. It's deep software. It's like when you push run, you're done. You're just in it now. You get teleported into this lustful dimension. Strong vortex, man. Black hole. It's just one thought. Just plain. It's not the thought. It's the going into the thought. It's it's like if there's water here and you call that a thought. It's not a problem. It's the water. Okay, cool. But then you want to just touch it. I just want to feel the water a little bit. Next thing you know, you're totally drowning in the water. And then that morphs into, next thing you know, you go on the internet and you're looking at porn, and then you're looking at fetishes, and then maybe you go and you try to get a prostitute, and you could be gone. That one thought, you could be gone like years, or maybe the rest of your life even. All right, so the sexual instinct is the second strongest instinct that we have. Intruders are coming. You can't respect to it. And let them roll by. So we'll get back to it. You can't just make light of such strong biological software. It's impossible. It's too strong. So it's stronger than your willpower. I think I'm making a video on that too. You just can't mess with, man. You can't mess with the lust. It's too strong. You can't just say, yeah, I'm just not going to do it. How many times have you tried that? Yeah, how's that going for you? We got to tap in to our true highest nature. You can call that spiritual power. You can call that accessing grace. You can call it whatever you want. God. You can call it whatever. The word's not important. What's important is realizing that power and having it actually become a living tool in your life that you're using, that you're depending on, that you've accessed. That's what's important. You could be totally having a conscious contact with God and never say the word God. It doesn't matter. But you're dialed in, you're tapped into a higher, deeper reservoir of true power within yourself. The power that created the software and instincts to begin with. If you tap into that power, it can obviously help you transcend it. It created it. So that's why I made the other channel Spiritual Renaissance. That's my main channel, because ultimately, if we're going to have a satisfying, contentful life that's free, and we're not to make us free of being a slave to instincts, whether that be lust or security or whatever, trying to wrest happiness outside ourselves, the only way to get free of that is to realize our true nature. That's why I talk about that in Spiritual Renaissance. And I notice now when I'm making videos here that I have to keep talking about that now. I feel like I've made enough videos that appeal to one's mind. Now it's like time to go beyond the mind, because the mind's limited. It's just too limited. Everybody's going to see that for themselves at some point. I understand the law of evolution in the journey, and if one's not there yet, there's no need to go to the spiritual channel, because it just feels stupid. I know. But I've talked to enough people via consults where they say, you know what, we started with your semen retention channel, and now, because I ask them sometimes, I'm like, which channel do you most resonate with? So I kind of know, where are we at? And they say, I started with your Beyond the Alchemy channel, and then I moved up to your spiritual channel. I'm like, good, this is the whole point. This is why I made the channels the way I did. This is why I did it. Because semen retention, I'm making a short video, I think the title would be, it's a tool. It's not the end goal. Semen retention is a tool so that you can start to cultivate this life force in you without losing it. And then when that starts to build up, then automatically something's gonna want to dive deeper into your being and recognize this higher power. God's made it like this. You can't stop it. We don't have to worry about it. This is what's going to happen anyway. It's just a question of time. It's set up like that. It's coded like that. That which wrote this software program that you and I and everybody's playing as this little human character, it's written in the script that this happens, so it's going to happen. Go and enjoy your life, the external things, and have sex, and do all that till you're nauseated, and then this will make more sense. That's what I had to do. I had things that I wanted to do, man. I had desires, I wanted to do all that stuff. That's why I understand. That's why I make videos, because I understand. I've been on both sides. I didn't grow up and come out of the womb as some kind of monk. Man, I was crazy as hell. I don't know anyone that was more of an edgy addict than me, seriously. Because when I do things, I do it to the extreme. That has its advantages and disadvantages. But by grace, I haven't died or I'm still here. So that's the goal and the purpose, to tap into this spiritual power. Then you can transcend lust. But it's not you transcending the lust. It's grace is doing it for you. You come to see that very clearly. And I can tell by some of the comments people leave that they've experienced that. They're like, whoa, yeah, some shift has happened, man. I don't know. I'm not responsible for it. It's just too beyond me. Yeah, thank you, God. That's all you can say, because it's just obvious you didn't do it. The mind power is it's like a little flea compared to, you can say, your true spiritual power. When you tap into your spiritual power, it's effortless. I gotta be careful. You can still, it's not that you're gonna never have a lustful thought, or never not gonna enter into that mental stream. You can still fall short sometimes. That's the tax of being a human. But man, you bounce back really quick. You're just oh yeah, it don't taste good anymore. It's you're on a higher vibration. Even your bad days, so to speak, is higher vibration than what you can get if you try to escape that via lust and sex and porn and masturbation and all that. That used to be an escape for you. That used to serve you. Now, when you get higher level, you just rather feel bad. You're this is better than feeling that. It's double bad or something. It used to be an escape. Now it's just stupid. You might, because of habit, play for a second, oh, that's attractive because I want to try to escape myself. This lustful thought seems, yeah, maybe I'll play in that. But then you're tasting the poison. You're this is stupid though. I can't do this. That's transcendence. That's real transformation. When you reach that point, man, you're good. Don't worry about it. And then you have your inner intestinal fortitude. You have some strength now. This is why we need to get some time under our belt of not doing the PMO. Otherwise, we don't have any power. A thought comes and says, just go do this. Okay. It's like the mind has a noose around your neck. It just pulls you everywhere. You can't say, please don't take me there. I'm taking you. And drags you all over the place in this whole lustful sexual world. Because you don't have any power to get out. When you start to tap into your power, you're it's trying to pull you, and you're hold up, man. What are you doing? You got gains, spiritual gains at that point. That's what you need. That's what you need to do. And God's put tools here to help. Put videos here, there's books, there's 12-step programs that I'm a strong proponent of for those who are having a really hard time. Some have this addiction worse than others, obviously, everybody's different. So you use these things. Sex Porn Addicts Anonymous, Google it. If you need some extra support, it's international. They have meetings all day and night. Young people, middle age, old people, everything. That will give some support. The mind's going to fight you and say, no, I don't know, I don't really want to go. Yeah, but that's the low vibrational mind talking, because it wants you to stay in the low vibration. There's some people, they want to do consults with me. They happen to have some money, and they want to bring the same tired story every time they talk to me, and I can't do it. I'm like, man, I don't want, if you give me $1 million, I can't. Like, you have to somehow take your life back. You can't, you have to give something of yourself in order to like receive this this deeper power that you have. You have to like do something. Like go to the meetings, for example, if you're having a really hard time. Or go to church, or just do something positive. Don't just sit in your room, in your mind, with this destructive hamster wheel of thoughts and just say, I don't know what to do. I can't do anything. I mean, you'll hit bottom at some point, and then somehow some inner passion's gonna be unleashed, and because you like, you feel like you're dying, like it's like life and death. It's like something's like, wait a minute, am I just gonna live? Because that life gets so heavy after a while. It's just so like, you're so disgusted with yourself. And then finally something clicks, and it's like, man, I have to change. God help me. That's an auspicious moment, that bottom. That hell and suffering, that's compost for awakening, actually. All right, hope you got something from that video. I'll see you.